Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda, heroes like Defender of the Fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on Nexus. In these, it is Eats, Fun for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Commandant Stalin, and the 21st Guards Mechanized Corps here with Guard Motor, Guard Rifle, and Combined Arms. In the west, it is Imbbe, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 20th Panzer Division with Storm, Jaeger Infantry, and Spearhead. Gun the MD-42 versus double conscripts. Guard Motor immediately chosen out of the door. Big surprise there. T-35s, heavy mortars, Guards Rifle Infantry, vehicle repair training, and marked vehicle make up the easily most popular Soviet commander. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters who keep the war effort going. Big thanks to every single one of those. Other people enjoy thanks by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. Links in the description. Or if you're in the market for pre-ordering Communist fee, you can do so via the link in the comments. Use the code CoH2, in which case you get a 15% cut of the sales. So that's a nice little win there for you and for me. And I'll ask you to comment, like, share, subscribe for the YouTube algorithms. Gundy MD-42 versus double conscripts. Standard stuff here so far. Third conscript there for Eats. And if he's following the standard third meta game, that'll be then followed up with another engineer squad. Center being grabbed by the Gundies. We got the Pioneers machine heading northwards, but there you go. Machine gun moving in a bit aggressively here. Gets caught by the conscripts. Quick hoorah here. Pioneers on the flank here, though, might be able to somewhat help, but still, the conscript will just be able to quickly move around the machine gun, and unless he gets some more troops to assist, we'll have to retreat it very soon. Troops heading further northwards here, exploiting the chaos course in the center here, the machine being caught out of position. Highlighting the dangers of being too aggressive with the machine gun, but even then, you can't afford to be passive with it either. So I think why some players just skip the machine gun early game entirely. Second Gundies squad there for Imbbe, heading northwards with Gundies, the MD-42. Sandbags being quickly dug in. Eats is already off to a pretty strong start here, I think, in terms of map control here. Definitely making things tough here for the German player. Seizing the carve pawn there. Comes with the Gundies there. Second unit squad there for Eats as expected. Second Gundies squad out for Imbbe. We'll have to see which commander he picks here, though, versus his opponent. All have their merits. Storm is beginning slightly more popularity as sort of being an included commander, but that said, it still doesn't get to see a lot of usage even when they have it there. Third Grenadier squad there for Imbbe. It's still one of those commanders that just sort of, you know, has a name, but like most of like what the stuff actually doesn't really fit the idea of Storm. So yeah, field being denied here to Imbbe by Eats here, fairly efficiently so far. Third Grenadier squad ready. Meanwhile, Eats is already getting a good chunk of the map here. A lot of resources. But there you go, MD-42 catching the conscripts here, but not enough to suppress them. Pretty lucky there for Eats and the Red Army. North here we got the Grenadiers for the conscripts. Medics down there for Eats. We'll be seeing a fourth Grenadier squad here, or tech for Imbbe is the big question now. Certainly both have their merits, but the 4 Grenadier build is definitely becoming much more standard. There you go. 4 Grenadiers, in particular against the Soviets, the 4 Grenadiers allow to put more pressure on them sooner. And also helps you, say, slightly counteract just going for 3 conscripts by just having more infantry squads out overall. Unused to the conscripts there. Straight to mine here, causing heavy casualty to Imbbe's infantry. That will definitely force him into going for minesweepers. Fuel on the north end of neutral, going for the southern fuel pool instead. Starting to think widen his approach a bit more here versus Eats. Key reinforcements healing, a lot of action overall, and more mines here from Eats. Thumbs up. I imagine we'll be seeing tech here soon for Imbbe. These squad there definitely needs to retreat, also going to get wiped out. More sandbags attempted again. Machine gun there was set up really awkwardly. Due to the beta wall, that means like most of the Acrofy can't see anything. Definitely a bit awkward. Guess it was just a bit stressed out there. Lots of things going on. And he's being swarmed by conscripts. Not looking great there for Imbbe in the north. Getting some minor kills here. We got Bart 1, the sandbags there. Denying the cover. Banker up. No tech still here for Imbbe. The faster I can get out some light vehicles here versus Eats, the better for Imbbe. Right now, 2-2 or 250.5 tech could, I think, provide him with some needed ability to control Eats' movement on the field. Big push here. Pioneers bringing head still on minesweepers. Definitely needs to be a priority. Medics done. can also start taking up. I think the faster he takes up here versus his opponent, the better. Going here, swing up out there, hitting the carve points there. Thumbs up, denying his opponent the fuel. Very smart. We can now see that Imbbe is dispatching forces from the center toward, well, from the north towards the center, maybe in the south here to deal with that. A lot of action. Meanwhile, Eats is got the tank count there. Likely going to be an anti-aircraft half-track here. They could still go for the T-70. Both obviously have the merits, but the half-track is, while slightly more vulnerable to anti-tank guns and whatnot, just cheaper. And you can get up medium armor faster with that one, which is a big draw for a lot of Soviet players. So we'll have to see what it goes for, but again, it could be the half-track, it could be the T-70. Grabbing on the field with the Grenadiers, other squad retreating. Grabbing points here and there as well, very good. Sandbags in the center. Tech done, definitely going to need a Pack 40 soon, and we do get the half-track here for Eats. That's going to be a huge problem here for Imbbe and the German army, sending big seas with the Pioneer. Light machine away for some of the Grenadiers. Each charging the Grenadiers in the south side. We got Grenadiers for the Engineers there. Being caught a bit of crossfire, the Engineers want to fall back. Also worth noting, he's got mines for the kits out. He's definitely not taking any chances. Thumbs up to that, and the half-track is right around the corner here for Eats and the Red Army. Machine in the center, already in exposed position, but the half-track is only going to make this worse. Rushing out here for the Red Army. Like to make a nice company here for Imbbe and the German army. Counter-flanking the Grenadiers, getting flanked with the Grenadiers here. A lot of action, a lot of movement here. More Grenadiers moving in here, catching some here of each troops in a bit of a crossfire potentially. There you go, squad retreated. Like to mechanize company. Almost done here for Imbbe. Could go for a bunch of armored cars, but more likely just going to go for the Pack 40 and deal with the half-track and probably just try and move ahead for some armor sooner. Grab northern point here. Machine in the center there, but so low on health, it's just not worth it. In particular, not this the anti-aircraft half-track. Guards are flying up here for Eats, just a fierce and frenetic match so far here. Pack 40, 1/3 of the way done here for Imbbe. So there's the guard squad out there, further augmenting the strength here of Eats at the front line, pushing him up to 4 squads. Lots of reinforcement healing here, meaning Eats has more time just rush towards and dig in, lay down mines. Sandbag as well. Pioneer setting out, adding minesweepers is very good. Yeah, I would not be surprised as of this Pack 40 just pushes ahead for medium armor as soon as possible. Minesweeper kit's finally up for him, but that's going to be a crucial upgrade. Bit of quality otherwise, as again, like pretty much all of Imbbe's forces were pushed off, meaning like each could just pretty much just grab the entire map as he wants. So thankfully for Imbbe, most of his forces were also back at base. He hasn't really had the time to get into the front line. But still, some have been busy there, and that's going to make things tougher for Imbbe. Pack 40 in the south, he a bit risky like this. Not a lot covering. He does go for an armoured car, by the way. Doesn't just rely on the Pack 40 here. Almost walked 2 Grenadiers squads to that mine. There we go. Only listed 2 Grenadiers, rather than say potentially 4. Constantly they're suppressed in this center. North, a bit of pressure from the Grenadiers. Armoured car almost done it for Imbbe. Rendering that southern field point neutral. Heck, they're being pushed back. Center being ceased. And there you go, guard from the Grenadier and the Grenadiers there. Almost taking out the entire unit. MD-42 that puts a halt to that. And now launching a fresh assault into the south here with 2 contra squads. Basically half of his infantry being committed to this push. Machine in air though may just be able to halt it. Up north the Grenadiers continue being a shootout at the conscripts. Armoured car arriving, but probably should have supported the machine gun here close to the center, as right now the position is a bit overexposed. In the south, basically repairing. There you go, cover slowly crumbling here for the conscripts, cut upon they're being hit. Overall, did not quite go well there for Imbbe. Victory points wise so far, Eats is also bidding up a fairly decent victory point lead of Imbbe here already. Field gun here for Eats and the Red Army. Armoured car flanking up behind the conscripts. Causing healing. Pack 40 setting out. Armored car versus conscripts. And the field gun there. Almost done here for Eats. Graham Northern Field Point. Forces dispatched southwards. There we go. Mine spotted, dealt with. North East Engineers. Armored coming up to support. We've got the half-track nearby and the Pack 40. Well, it's kind of nearby, but currently the entire path is just stuffed with every other unit, so the pack can't get through. Car point being hit. They've got the pack moving up here. Machine gun. Armored car just moving about here. Conscript route hit, but not before the managed to cut off the munitions point there. Sharp play. Rifle grenades against the guardsmen, pushing them back as well. Here's Southern Point. Seeing some very light skirmishing in between Imbbe and Eats, but nothing significant. Most of this attention is right on the center north, though. Eats, of course, here quickly utilizing the speed of his half-track to quickly rush it southwards here, exploiting the lack of major German presence there. Thumbs up to Eats. So there's a pretty sharp play there. Another machine gun here for Imbbe. Another machine gun here. And his engineers that will need some support in the south here against the half-track. Of course, by the time support gets there, he may already just be dodging out the half-track towards the center north again. Up north, that point's been grabbed. Center there, seeing some light skirmishing, but Imbbe forced to fall back there. Of course, he Eats move forwards rapidly. Pack is being moved southwards now. The armored car remains basically up north center. Taking the half-track further northwards, southwards here. Probably to help make it harder for the Pack 4 to easily get up some easy clean shots on it, but also opens up a potential escape path through here where the Pack won't be able to easily target it. And a mortar as well for Imbbe. Definitely bring in more support weapons, trying to help keep Eats here a bit in check. Not a bad idea. Mortar in particular can be quite handy there. Thumbs up to that. Almost got the northern point there. Should definitely pop into the building then. In the center there, second machine catching the guards, and they're backed up with the armored car further south here. Each main gun program at the points and briefly teched up there, but decided against it. Interesting decision. Interesting decision. Mortar there being moved forward, and now the third Hay Mortar called in and deciding he too wants artillery here. And in fact was willing to delay his tech and the potential upgrade to his conscripts. They're certainly highlighting this utility and power of a mortar, but in particular this third heavy mortar. This mortar is so powerful and efficient that the Germans, and in fact most of the Axis armies, would straight up just copy it and use the design themselves. Fun fact. You see something up here, can use stay holding up as well. Conscript right in the south. North here, can use the conscripts there. One more to find the conscripts. Casualties piling up here for Eats there at least. But how will things look once the Sod Hay Mortar starts rumbling off its massive hits there? He gets one kill. Very good there for Eats. Less good for Imbbe. And they're going for the Hay Mortar here. Any tech here? 9, and no commander yet picked here either for Imbbe and the German Hay Mortar crew there, suffering the wrath of a lot of machine gun bullets here from the Grenadiers MG42. Machining conveyor team sitting up in the center. Pack firing at the half-tech, pushing down to half health. Imbbe there starting to get better map control here versus Eats. The addition of the second machine gun, but also the mortar definitely provides Imbbe here with a bit better frontline control here. Got Imbbe's Hay Mortar there being hauled back. Southern point seized by the Grenadier. Attack here. Makes you wonder what Imbbe is planning. No tech either for Eats. There we go. Tech for Imbbe. Still no commander. The longer this goes on, the more I'm thinking this is going to be Spearhead. I think with Jaeger Infantry Storm, you would have picked it by now. At least get some of the Jaeger command squad out and maybe some ambush stuff there. But so far, none of those are really happening here for Imbbe, so it feels more and more like Spearhead here. And isn't something hand by the half-track. Closing in the east on that one. Really been doing some great work there for the Red Army in the center towards the conscripts there. Almost wiping one of the each conscript squads there. Conscript moving up here in the north, machine gun holding up here. Grenadiers versus the Frontovics. After rushing in there, closing on the ace on that one. And we got the Haymortis blasting away their suspected German positions. Tech almost done their Imbbe. Armoured car being fixed up. Conscripts rushing up here rapidly. Quickly suppressed by the Info 2 though, Veteran 2, which on the other hand is becoming a target here for the heavy mortar. Southern point seized by the conscripts, dug in with sandbags, very good. And here's just the field gun, that is quickly sent packing as well. So could go for some more port armor core and a Panther 4 here soon. I think that'd be a pretty good idea for Imbbe. We shall see what he actually does. I mean, he could surprise us with like tier 4 here. Certainly has been a surge in players again, trying to like, make the Panther work. Perhaps spurred on by Angreipen's mild successes. Of course, have to see what Imbbe does there. He forced the conscript north, quick suppress them here and routing them. Finish the guardsmen. Routing the guardsmen. Oh, we do get a Pommel Corps here. Very good. No mechanized armor company, and yep, it is a Pommel Corps here for Imbbe. Spearhead, I mean. Mortar half-tacks. Hand-tech Tactician, reconnaissance flight, fragmentation bombs, and the Tiger tank. Mortar half-tech could be an decent addition here for Imbbe, a bit more mobile artillery here, but also the incendiary artillery could make it difficult here for each to maintain some positions. There you go. Support armor core up here for Imbbe and the German Reich. Here's the countries in the south. That Canadian squad needs to pull back for reinforcements, otherwise you risk losing it to mine, for example. Mechanized armor company attempted again here by Eats. This time we'll go up, and then we'll probably start seeing the conscripts there getting the mobilized reserves upgrade. I think by 1944-45, all the reserves had been mobilized. If anything, the Third Army by 1944-45 was actually starting to see significant manpower issues. Which is typically less discussed, actually. But it was the case, and actually certain units, after certain points, started actually shrinking in size there, and a lot of them were actually under strength. So, fun fact there, by the way. Panther 4 there for Imbbe. Sandbags up north again. Panther 4 almost done here for Imbbe. Almost done. T-34-6 being rushed out. You us the conscripts. In the south here, mortifier pushing back the machine gun there, unsurprisingly. Enforcing healing. Armored car sitting out there for Imbbe and the German Reich. Leichte Panzerspielwagen 222. Sonderkraftfahrzeug 222. Panther 4 almost done. Half actually 40. East level 12 kills. Further north here, pumping seized by the conscripts. And we got the Panther 4 there for Imbbe, adding the pin-mounted MD-42. Very good there. Still plenty of munition for some fragmentation bombs, which, if unleashed at the right time in the right place, can be very potent and very disruptive. North here, with the skirmishes, the Grenadiers and the conscripts. And the first T-34 rolls out here for Eats and the Red Army. In the south here, Panther 4 striking the southern conscript here. Pinlock machine halfway done. Cameroon and routed. North at T-34, some 6 moving forwards. He's being hammered here. Southern points being seized. More to find the guardsmen here. Still, sort of 50-50 split here. Victory points wise, that each does have a minor lead here at Imbbe. And how will Imbbe look to break this stalemate? And for that matter, how will Eats do that? In the case of Eats, it's probably just going to be the standard attritional, you know, stab off the Wehrmacht. You typically have to like launch a really good push to like really just crash the Soviets. Mortar being pushed back a bit here. Up north, armor casting news here. Could go for another Panther Force soon, at which point he might be able to do something in particular supportive with a mortar half-track and then some well-used fragmentation bombs. I think there's the potential there for launching a really powerful push that just crashes Eats. But up north, the armored car caught with the T-34 from 6. Easy kill here for Eats. That was a really good read on the situation. They tactically spotted that one and dealt with it easily, removing a potent asset there for Imbbe. Panther 4, the running on the scene alongside the Pack 40. Quickly pushing the T-34 down to half health. If you can destroy it here, that'd obviously be really good for Imbbe. But no. T-34 from 6 escapes here, the wrath of the Wehrmacht. In the south, the Canadians still gain control of the southern field point. Small win there for Deutschland, but we've still got the half-track here. If Imbbe could at least get rid of the half-track, that would obviously also be really good for him. But so far, Eats has just been able to use that really smartly. And again, just crucially, they've been very smart on how he applies it, not just pushing into like every big engagement, actually at times looking for the small engagements, just easily win with it and then withdrawing. Some very efficient hit and run tactics, basically. Meanwhile, tier 4 there, plus more pioneers for Imbbe. Definitely agree on more pioneers. Tier 4, we'll have to see. Minotaur in theory could be helpful here. Don't have to call it what it is. Machine them being battered with the field gun. It also sounds like get a really big munitions float going on. Like some mines would also be really good idea here for Imbbe if you can't get them down. Telemines and S-mines could definitely help a lot here versus the Soviets. And he's about to get wiped out. Yep. Good kill there for the T-34 from 6. Finish the conscripts. Put crew in the field gun. Definitely missed opportunity for Imbbe to just not fully destroy it. Maybe mortar there. 10 kills we actually need 2. Just 3 kills on the German regular mortar. Southern points being claimed here by Eat. Rapidly moving in there. Very good. So will it be a Tiger stall here, or will he actually be going for the heavy Panzer Corps? Both have risks, both have merits. I would still just recommend going for more Panzer IVs and maybe some Stugs. Finish with the guardsman in the centre, quickly route it. Maybe backed up by a mortar half-track. T-3045 here for Eats and the Red Army. That's definitely going to be a headache here for Imbbe. Size of Stalingrad, possibly. Finish with the T-34 from 6. Instead of the guards pulling up, he provided by the Pack 40, the MD-42 joining in here, unleashing a torrent of death. T-34 from 6 backing up north. Panther 4 setting in there. 4 kills so far in the center there. Guardsmen there suffering the full wrath of the Wehrmacht here as numerous machine guns, mortars, and anti-tank guns just unleash hell in the position. T-34, Pack 4, they're both bouncing off each other here. Pretty lucky there. Or unlucky, depending on perspective. Field gun there firing away there. Panther 4 push back. Center being grabbed here by the Germans. South sides are now conceded. And delayed fused mortar bombs against the M42. A mortar firing away there. You know, it's pretty much most mortars had, shall I say, these kind of like heavier bombs used. For example, the German mortars also had. The key thing was, though, they typically had shorter range than the average mortar bomb. Because, again, they were just bigger. So, a little fun fact there. German mortar firing away here. South, you can see there, Eats made good progress against Imbbe. Still not much else here for Imbbe. Starting to look like it might just be the Tiger tank, in which case we're roughly a bit over a minute away from that one. Can't go straight here for the mortar, and he's flying away there. Panther moving in, shoots, and misses on that one. Somebody did not in the centre. Meanwhile, Eats moving up a significant force here, half-track and the tanks. A strong nucleus then. Imbbe's like got a massive munitions float by now by 500 munitions. And obviously can't easily use this one because the anti-aircraft target will pretty much shoot that down instantly. Hell, it can even like shoot down the fragmentation bomb before it gets to drop its payload if you're not careful. Fun fact there, by the way. A Panzer Corps there going up for Imbbe, so may not be the Tiger tank he's actually planning, could be a Panther. Which manpower-wise is at least a bit cheaper than the Tiger tank, just 490 manpower versus the 640. That is 150 manpower difference. Which is almost like a full minute's worth of manpower here for Imbbe, so he's feeling really pressured. Obviously, the Panther in that way also kind of makes a bit of sense. But again, he also just really like the Panther, which is a fairly popular tank. Smoke deployed here, though, by Imbbe by all appearances. Yep, thumbs up to that. Anyone else want to remember to use the regular barrage on Bolter. Using sulfates. Bit of skirmishing in the south. You've got the half-tech firing off a few shots at the Gundiers. Now the Panther 4. Nope. Okay, not a Panther 4. Maybe there's a misclick. Who knows here with Imbbe in this current situation? Let's say what he's planned ends up getting delayed here further because of some reinforcements he had to make. Assume there's reinforcements. Yep. So we'll have to see what he goes for, but he ends up definitely delaying more and more of his armor, which means each has more time to bring up more stuff from his side. In this case, not just 2 tanks, but now CoH2 as well. So in this regard, Imbbe needs to be a bit more smarter here about how he does these things a bit, otherwise he really risks falling behind here. Eats a lot further, really. But he's still got like a lot of munitions. He's almost like 600 munitions at this point. That is a lot of munitions. Northern point being grabbed. He got the info coming up at least here. Nicely set up there by Imbbe. CoH2 rocket launcher ready. Can go for the Panther now that he wants. Or again might be the Tiger tanks planning all along. Hard to say here. Ultimately, I can't read Imbbe's mind. I can make some fairly astute assumptions, though. But anyways, more sandbags here. Digging in the center. We do get a Panther here from Imbbe in the end. Up north here before 2 there. Being hammered by the CoH2. All troops trying to deal with that. Cover in the center there for the conscripts. Route in the south here. The push is slowly approaching here, but just Pioneers was there. And Tower attack is not exactly great here. Panther 4 taking a few hits from the field guns. All 3 gunnies going for the conscripts. Machine gun there abandoned. Definitely wants to grab that one back, or should want to grab that one back. Over 600 munitions. Is easily 3 fragmentation bombs he can just unleash on his opponent. But obviously he can just call it in because he can and needs to spend the munitions, but I definitely think he should start to look into setting up situations where he can then unleash the fragmentation bomb on his opponent, start to really deliver those big hits. Because he's starting to fall further and further behind his opponent in that regard, and that could quick become dangerous. Panther is almost done for Imbbe and the German army, the Panzerkampfwagen 5 Ausführung A. Second most produced Panther type in the German army. Model G though was the most produced. Moves in the advancing engineers. He can go for the T-35. Panther moving forwards here. Good shot on the T-34-6 with its high velocity 75mm gun. Gun using engineers there. And then going engineer SWAT. Small win for Imbbe, but he needs to deliver more losses there to each to really make things work out in his favor more seriously. Okay, mortar there spotted. And routed. So now Imbbe has 2 tanks. He's almost got the fuel for a second Panther. If you could say the manpower and maybe 2 Panthers at the same time. That could be some potential for a headache here for Imbbe. And there you go, fragmentation bomb finally unleashed here by the Luftwaffe. Could have been angled better though. What's that? Up north here, conscripts there. Holding up, there you go. Panther was going for the half track, blitzing in there. I think get rid of that, of course, would be pretty big here for Imbbe. In part because it would allow him to use his air reconnaissance freely. But no, it's forced to fall back here in the center. Machine gun there wiped again here by the CoH2 barrage from the BM-13. Panther will be through by the conscripts. Quick grenade off there. More grenadiers here for Imbbe. Finally placing some of his losses. Very good here. Definitely important to have enough infantry. Very important. Panther 4 there in need of some needed repairs. And the south here point being grabbed here by the gunnies. We've got the T-35 there on the scene. I think he's going to have to treat those gunnies before the T-35 wipes them out. It would be quite the blow hit to Imbbe to lose a gunnery squad there, even as he's replacing others. 3 kills on the Panther. Finally, he's being hauled northwards. Didn't get the half. If he did again, he could start using reconnaissance overflight freely, at which point he could probably, I think, get up some good attacks here against Eats. In the south here, the T-34 and 6 joining up with the 85. Perhaps concerned that, like, Imbbe could rush in his tank to deal with it. In fact, surprised he didn't try to do that, like sending the Panther on a southbound path and go for the T-35 there, for example. That could have been, like, game over for the T-35, which would have been pretty good there for Imbbe then. No interest in that, apparently. Just didn't think about it. Panther 4 fixed up. After they catch the Gundies, we've got the hay mortar there as well. Could be a good target, like, to strike with the Panther 4 right now, and the Gundies getting close enough to help a Panther Faust. Panther 4 on the move here, could exploit this gap here in Eats lines. This could become dangerous. There you go. Panther hits an anti-tank grenade right away. Panther 4 going for the half-track here. Panther bounces a shot here. Good shot there. Prioritizing the CoH2 first. Things make sense. We got marked target there as well. Almost got it. Pack moving up here. Now would be a great time for a fragmentation bomb. The field gun. Or maybe around here as well. Like, there's plenty of targets for it, but there you go. Called it in somewhere. Almost got the half-track, but there you go. Finally got it. Really a great half-track here, the Veets. And there you go. Fragmentation bomb clears out the field gun. Shoot destroyed. Schnell. Panther 4 that went down here. Still CoH2 and an anti-aircraft half-track. That's pretty good here for him, but really big blow there to Eats. Around the center here. Seizing it. Need to fix up the Panther Schnell, though. The Pioneers are busy elsewhere, and so cannot quickly get his Panther back in order here. Of course, now he's lost this Panther. You absolutely need to replace it. We got an issue to find here for Eats. Stooks would be a pretty good addition. Panther 4, so I suppose he could try and go for like another Panther, but well, he needs to get this one going first. Things first. Meanwhile, though, Eats on the offense here, straight for the center. Needs to get those Pioneers to the Panther. Counter there being hammered on the Panther. And its machine guns. Molotov there on the mortar. Troops heading out here from the base. Issue to fire almost done. Eats though still in the fight despite some of these fairly grievous losses. But Imbbe still has more munitions for another fragmentation bomb. So theoretically, he could still deliver another crushing blow here to Eats if he sets things up correctly. Noting by the way, 17 kills and the East on that heavy mortar. Really just an excellent piece there. Powerful for sure. Panther here moving up some infantry in the center, straight on. In the south here, a bit of push as well by the Grenadiers. Cover quickly crashed. Funneling down some mines, by the way. Thumbs up to that. 85 lands a great shot on the Panther right through the frontal armor there of the Panzerkampfwagen 5 in the south here. T-34, 85 going for the Grenadiers there. Further up north, machine just remains in position there. T-35 then getting Grenadiers to be 178 to 359. Another fragmentation bomb here from Imbbe and the German Reich. Ooh. Misread that one, but the hay mortar still gets through that fairly well. Lucky Eats said that almost got it. Almost got it. We also got another T-35 here for Eats. This is definitely going to be a problem there for Imbbe. Got the hay mortar. This is big. Huge. He needs to destroy it or grab it, but he definitely cannot allow his opponent to get it back. There you go. Thumbs up. Now there's quite a loss here. Panther versus the consequence there. Good shot on the Panther there by the Issue-5 tank destroyer. Which by the very end of the war would be superseded by the Issue-100 tank destroyer. Panther in need of repairs though again. Can soon go for a second Panther. Now the T-34 ready. Eats us a bit short on the infantry versus the Imbes 4. Armor wise, Eats is quite well stocked there with a total of 3 tanks and tanks. But there you go. Got the T-34s from 6. Can go for a second Panther now. He could also try to opt for the Tiger tank, but I mean, both are viable options. They could also just go for like a bunch of Stoogs. That would honestly, I think, also be a really good pick here. But there you go. Grenadier squad wiped here, caught between two T-35s. They are pretty much deleted from the face of this world. And the second squad is also on top of this. The two T-35s continue wreaking havoc here on Imbbe's forces. Pack 40, they're about to be flanked by the conscripts. Grenadiers nearby. Panther number 2 on the way for him, but he does commit to it. Probably figuring that just trying to, save up the manpower for a Tiger tank here is too risky. Panther there being fixed up. 9 kills, close to veterans you won. 152 is a fee and 59. Looks like he's going to try and raid his opponent's base. A bold move here. Thankfully Imbbe has been mining a lot here, if at all. Going straight for the medic bunker. Panther's good to go. Second Panther, 2/3 of the way done here. Bunker wrecked. Got the Panther going from the north here. And air reconnaissance here, not a bad idea at all. Second Panther right around the corner here with the German army, the 20th Panzer Division. He's being hammered the T-35. He's typing spot here with the Pack 40 and is immediately suffering a few good hits here. Down to half health, very good. Second Panther arrives. Constantly being met with heavy fire. We got the guards from the suppress as well. The air recons providing here Imbbe with vital information here. And the T-35 there is also in trouble with the Pack 40. As it also just spots for the Pack 40 line to easily make use of max range. Panthers there now on the move as well there. Center being grabbed here with the German army. Got Telemines down here for Imbbe. Very good. T-35 they're looking to counterattack here. Catching the Pack 40 out of position perhaps. There you go. Panther fast at the ready. Could damage the engine, but no. Panther moving in. Second Panther moving in as well there. Perhaps seizing a chance to take out one of the T-35s. H-5 there and T-35 back at base there. Could maybe assist. There you go. Panther hits a mine. Each mine continue to prove to be an excellent investment here. Panther's missing here. The T-35 other moving up. H-5 move. Pack firing away there. Shots bouncing off here. Almost got the T-35. There you go. Another mine goes off here on the other Panther. H-5 there's good to join the fight here. It is a bit chaotic and hectic here. Other Panthers been marked for death. First Panther taking every damage from the tank, destroying the guardsmen. T-35s there could go for it as well. And a Katyusha now here for Imbbe. Imbbe's charge is turned into a complete rout here. He's about to lose one of his Panthers here. And there you go. Narrowly alive for now. But the guardsmen could finish off in. There you go. The Panthers down the other one with the damaged engine. And is being buttoned up here by all appearances. There you go. Imbbe surrenders, knowing his second Panther's going to gun, at which point he's going to have nothing to stop these T-35s with, besides, well, a dead pack crew, which is also dead. So, yeah. GG game over here. Brutal back and forth action. Imbbe there at times, tactically, I think, could have been a bit sharper there with some more flanking maneuvers. Mines could also have been, I think, a real game changer for him, and also just some earlier minesweepers. Each, of course, just displaying Wide Guard Motor is by far the most popular and common picked cert commander. It's just really, really good. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family. But don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Cheers. See you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.